Hey there and welcome back. So yes, that was a balloon, and yes, it is still going just over a month after my 40th, and I have tried to push it away quite a few times, so this is probably the best that I can do with it. So hey there and welcome back. So today we are looking at the new Bachmann Class 350. Now, when this came out on pre-order, get away balloon! When this came out on pre-order, I was like, oh, because as you'll see by the picture, they were doing it in the TransPennine Express livery, and I absolutely love that livery. Don't know why, I just do. I just think it's a cracking livery. It's different, it's really bright and striking, and yeah, I just really like that livery. So what I did was, I literally the second that these came out, I pre-ordered one. Use the force. Don't worry, this won't be long and then we'll be off the desk. So yeah, I pre-ordered it in the TransPennine Express livery. And right, so the box on this is massive. Let me just back up a second. As you can see, it's a huge box. There is the product code and everything for you. I'm sure you just put on and you'll find them, but some people like to see the product code. As you can see there, it's got sound fitted on it as well. So yeah, so this comes in 4 individual boxes. Now let me just quickly take one of these out. So as you can see, we've got 4 boxes in there. I pull a box out. As you can see, each one comes like this. There is just a Bachmann branch line on the end, nothing on the other end. Obviously it's a complete set, there's not going to be any individual part numbers. This is an absolutely amazing logo, and the effort that they've gone into with the sounds on this is absolutely, from when I've heard the real versions, the sound is spot on, it's phenomenal, it really is. So let's get to the desk, let's have a look at it. We have got one of the end cars, and as you can see here, the amount of detail on this, I mean, if you look at the livery, you can see it's got a wonderful metallic finish. As you actually move it round, you can see how the colour changes, and if you get really close to this, if I get just like that, you can actually see the metallic finish that they've put onto the livery. This is absolutely incredible what they've done with this. It really is. So let's go around to the front. As you can see, we've got Manchester up there, so that is also cool because obviously I am up north, like towards that way, so that's very cool. We've got all the lights on the front. We've got a NEM coupling, which for me I will probably take off. However, in real life they sometimes run 2 of these together, so you can always link 2 together, which again is fantastic. You can see you've got a cracking amount of detail on the front. The wipers are separately fitted, as you can see there. I mean, let me just be very careful with this, but there you go, you can see I'm actually moving the wipers there. The end detail is fantastic. We have got the number of the loco, so you see there the first 3 numbers, 350, so it's a class 350, number 407. And you can see here we've got, now on these, this 4-car set, each of them comes labelled A, B, C and D, so you know which way around to put them. So naturally I put them the wrong way around. So if you look closely when it's running around and we're looking at it, I think you'll see D, C, A, B or something. So yeah, I go the wrong way around. Oh well. As you can see, looking at the bottom, we've got a fantastic, I am just going to change this very slightly, because what I did do is I had to dull the camera down just to get the proper effect of that metallic for you. So let's just turn it up. You can see there we've got a fantastic amount of detail underneath. You can see all the glazed windows, the shine off them is brilliant. We've got so much detail fitted onto the doors. We've got, where is it? There we go. We've got the seat numbers and the direction. You've got extra detailing underneath. Again, if you look inside, and I will show you with the lights on, but you can see you've got chairs. You've actually got different coloured chairs in this as well. You've got tables. You've got a ton of more detailing on the side. This really is absolutely amazing. There you go. You've got the first company name. You've got the letter for the coach, TransPennine Express. Again, that lovely metallic livery goes all the way along. Now, I'm not sure if this is like a applied sticker onto the side of this. I think it may be, but I tell you one thing, this is absolutely astounding with the level of detail and the quality that they've got with this. You can see there you've got a little sign saying ooh, get it right. Saying, oh, come on. There you go, Manchester Airport. Yeah, you can see how well the windows look on this. But yeah, Manchester Airport. Also, if I hold it slightly further back, if I just wave my hand along the back, you can see there that these are all tinted as well. What I'll do, I'll just quickly flick underneath and look at this. This is not only picking up on the power car, but it's also picking up on every single axle along the whole of this set of coaches. Good thing with these is, if you look, everything is screwed down, so that means that everything can be removed nice and easy, and you can replace it if you need to. We've got the kinematic couplings underneath, which again, a fantastic way for these to be joined. And you've also, on these, as you can see, you've got the electrical connections going between each coach. You've got all the detail on the back. You've got the information on the side. And again, looking at this, you've got a incredible amount of detail going all the way down the side of this end coach or end car, whichever you want to call it. So this one, this is Coach B. Now this is your power car. I mean, yes, you can see because it's got the pantograph there, but this is the car that has the motor in, and you can tell it's a lot more heavier. We go to the pantograph. If you look there, it even says keep off on the pantograph, so you don't get zapped. This they really have gone, you know, fantastic with the detail. I admit I did forget to show you the top on the other car or coach, so let's show you this now. As you can see there, you've got your air conditioning unit, and that runs all the way along. It is very basic, the detail on the top, but again, you know, that's like how they are in real life. Also, let me bring this one back, because if you take this panel off, in here you can control or manually turn excuse me, on and off the cab lighting too. Now on this one, you will see that when it's on, there is a little bit of a shading difference here in the corner, obviously because this is where the motor's situated. Now for starters, the way it's been hidden is fantastic, but it's just to do with the extra tint on the window. It does come through slightly. That's not an issue for me whatsoever. I still think this is a fantastic locomotive. If anything, it kind of represents a little bit of like a, you know, like a general wear and tear on the actual unit itself. But you can see you've got that amazing metallic finish all the way along. Now in here you can see it's got sound fitted. You've got where your speaker is housed. Now unfortunately it only drives off this one set of wheels, but again, do you know what? It doesn't need to. Sorry, it doesn't need to drive off more than them. For what it's moving, with the weight and the amount of pickups what are on this thing, it does not need anything more than this. I can assure you it is, like I said, perfectly fine for what it does. Now, let's quickly talk about this. So as you can see, these are what connects the coaches together, like on with a lot of Bachmann's, you know, DMUs. Now, one thing that I will say is I think this is better than Hornby. For the simple reason, it means that all the lights, like let me use the Nova as an example, which I've got. It fits together, you know, perfectly fine, looks fantastic. However, in that, to have the sound and what have you, which I'm not going to personally do with that model, but with the sound you need a chip in the front power car and then a chip in the back power car, so you need two to control, mainly just to control the lights. Now with this one, because everything is linked together with these throughout the whole train, you can do that all in one, so you only need one decoder. So in my opinion, I think that this is a better way to join these together. Now the only thing with these, I will admit, two of these are quite easy to pop together, no problems. When you are trying to put together four of these, it is advisable put them all on the track first, make sure you've got them lined up well. And yeah, to be fair, it's not actually, it can be fiddly, but when you've got them lined up, they are easy to put together. The other little thing that I will say, because you do have to push quite a bit, it's advisable to put something behind here. You can put a bit of force on it, but just to secure that, because obviously you don't want that little bit underneath breaking with all the wires and everything. So yeah, so I would just gently support this as you are joining them together. So that is all for these. Now then, let's go on to the manuals and the detail part. Right, okay, so as we can see, sound fitted. We have got our lock sound decoder, and these are a cracking decoder because on these, where is it? There we go. Your model will operate on DC power track, producing basic prime mover sounds with directional cab and passenger compartment lighting. Now this is fantastic because it means if you want, and obviously in the past, you know, you had something with sound, you had to have a digital track. Don't get me wrong, you don't have access to all the functions like it says. It is just basic sounds. So as we can see, there's different, you know, you've got different variations to program for likes of your brake squeal, your windscreen wipers and things like that. So you can have them as squeaking, non-squeaking. I think these are set to squeaking at the minute, so I don't tend to do much with these. But again, you can see, you know, you've got a couple little extras. And then on the back, we've got all our sound functions. Now, again, my only little thing with these decoders is that you've got the horns. You only have a couple. You don't really have, I mean, that's enough for some people, don't get me wrong, but I just always like to see a couple more different variations. Sort of thing. It's like that their parking brake unit won't move when it's on. I mean, I just turn the speed down and then the speed back up again with the brake there. So for me, if those two were, say, a couple of different like horn sort of thing, then for me that would be better. But anyway, that's just again personal preference. You can see we have got a ton of different sounds to make. Now this is the bit what is absolutely fantastic about this train with the sounds. These station announcements here, you have got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different sets of vocals what will come on. Now this train, with that means that there's no like say general background noise, but what it means that you can do is you could have this in a station, in a siding close by. You could have other trains and vehicles running along. You can press a couple of these, or press for a random one there, and it'll give you that extra bit of what's the phrase I'm looking for, like natural environment sound, you know, like a natural audible sound that you would hear, just to make it a bit more immersive, and you don't even have to have this thing running. So, you know, that is fantastic to do that. It just gives you, again, that extra, you know, like little bit of realism. There you go, that extra bit of realism what you can use. Oh, now I did forget the other one. So if we look on this one, you can see you've got your general. I'm going to just have to do this, so I'm sorry if you do shake for a second. There we go, just so I can see a bit better what I'm doing on this side. If you can see here, we've got the manuals, you've got all the details, you've got running in to allow everything to settle, which is always a good idea, and it's always a good little reminder. You've got different ways or different parts where you can put onto the ends of these coaches, which I'll more than likely do at some point. Now these here, you have got these which are absolutely cracking. They would look fantastic. However, it says for static display only. Now that is a little bit of a shame, because if this thing's running around, if they could have done something with this to make it to be able to be a bit more flexible, that would have been phenomenal. But again, I understand, you know, with the way it is sort of thing. But if you had this moving on a single straight line, and I'm saying this is a straight line only, then you could have these fitted, providing, like I said, it is straight line only, like the crease in this, a single straight line and nothing else. But yeah, it is a shame that you can't put them on. But again, there's quite a few locos out there that some bits, especially steam trains, some bits just won't go on if you are running them. As you can see here, you can take the top off again to control your cab lights via a little switch down there. And again, like I mentioned, you've got A, B, C and D. You've got the arrangement of the cars. I do apologise, and if I remember rightly, because this is me and we all know what I'm like, I think mine is going D, B, C, A. So yeah, let's move quickly on. Right, as you can see here, you've got the couplings. It does tell you how to couple up, lubrication, motor bearings, lubrication. It tells you when you take the body off how to get to the motor. This is interesting because the motor here actually comes, or the motor unit comes completely off, and it does have a very well, what looks like a small prop shaft going up into the driving mechanism. I mean, this is a big motor, and you can definitely see the difference it makes having a big motor on this. But yeah, so you do need to be careful with the little drive shaft. But again, it means that this whole unit can come off, so it's a bit easier for looking after. So that is fantastic. There's a lot to do with this. So you can see there, it shows you how to reattach it. You've got the securing screws underneath, so you've got your decoder in there with your speaker and everything, which is brilliant. Again, this just shows you. I don't like to spend too much time on the manuals, but you know, just so you get a good little look. As you can see there, spare parts are available, fantastic. A little bit about the Bachmann Club, and you've got a warranty service with that as well. So yeah, brilliant. And as always, it does tell you, but being DCC, these are default programmed, like all of them, to number 3. So whew, there's a lot in there. So the detail pack, I am not going to empty absolutely everything out of this, because as you can see, there is an awful lot of spare parts to go with this, because obviously these here, if these are going between the coaches, and as you can see, that is the other part to go along with that. there is a lot of separately fitted parts for this. And if you think about it, if you're not going to run 2 cars and you put this on the end, woohoo, spur and M coupling, and we know that they can always be handy. And here we have as well, and I always think this is cool, because if you do ever want to or wish to change it, you have the blanking plate. So if you were to get something else and you say, do you know what, I'm happy with that running as it is, if it's got the same decoder in, you could actually take what's fitted out of here, program a different sound file into it, pop it into a different loco, and put your blanking plate back in. So yeah, I always think that's a brilliant touch that they've not restricted you to having to buy one. And what is handy with this as well, if you look here, you've actually got, now some sets you don't, but you've got a spur, or in this set anyway, I'm assuming it will come with all sets, but please don't quote me on this. Looks like there is a spur electric drawbar fitted. So absolutely brilliant. Right, I think we have covered everything. So now for a good bit, let's get this down onto the track. Let's have a look, let's have a listen, play some of the sounds, and yeah, let's head there right now. Cool, so we've got it down on the layout, and now let me just move you guys slightly, and let's do a crawl test. Now, I do know that a few other channels and stuff do this, but I always like to do it because I do think it is a good way to see, you know, obviously the slower and less juddery it moves, then that means, you know, you would think it's got a better mechanism. So let's just do this by, as I throw my little tool on the floor, let's just do this by a couple of digits. So that's 1, and there you go. So this is the slowest increment that it will move at with this controller, at least anyway. And look at how smooth, how that is continuing to go. And let's look at it over those points. As you can see, it changes absolutely nothing. So this is a out of the box, a absolute fantastic runner. I say out of the box, sorry, but I have run this in, as I always do, because, you know, again, I always want to show you guys, you know, the best that it can be. So let's just get this back. Now, this does take a long time to speed up and to slow down, so that's why I'm just doing this quite slow to start off with. So let's get it to where we can see everything nice and clearly. That will do. Right, so again, I'll move it in a second, but let's just turn the lights on. So as you can see, you've got your 2 red lights on the back, and you've got your cab lights there. And if I do this, you can even see there that, because the way they've done the Manchester sign, that's lit up as well. And I will show you, but there is full lighting in all the coaches. So that's in reverse. If we change it to forward, look at that. You've got like your marker light, your headlight, you've got your halo light up the top, and these are really nice, and when it's dark they are super bright. They really are fantastic. Let's just move this along a little bit. In fact, let's just do this very nice and slowly so you can see. And there you go. If I stop this, there we go. Right, now as you can see there, you can see that there's lighting on the inside, but just look how much of a difference that this makes. So lighting off, lighting on, and if I zoom in with the camera as best what I can, oh, come on, come on, there, I think that's the closest I can get with this camera anyway. You can see the amount of detail and everything that is inside the coach. Again, where the doors are, you can even see there that the signs are a bit more lit up because of the inside. Absolutely fantastic. This really is the whole package when it comes to to a train. Now I am going to do one thing. I am going to slide this along so I can hear people cringing. But if I do this, so if we look at this section right here, this is where the motor housing is. Now because of that, you can see that there is just a little bit of a light bleed around the housing. So maybe, yes, this could have been like a little bit higher or something, but again, like I said, it doesn't bother me in the slightest. It still looks phenomenal. As it's running around, you don't notice it. And again, if we just move it around slightly, you can see that in this carriage, now let's see if our camera will play nice and friendly again. There we go. You can see there that you've got different seats, you've got a different setup, and again you've got all of the lighting. This really is an absolute cracking set. So obviously the thing what you guys I know would like to hear and see is the sound. So let me just gently slide this out the way. Now please, I don't recommend doing this. I'm just doing it because it's a lot easier to put it in the position that I want to. So obviously all the sound comes from this car. So in fact, let's just bring this forward just slightly. Right, so sound. Let's hear the startup.
TPWS and AWS operational.
I mean, come on, that sounds pretty good. And you've got the little intermittent sound as well. So I'll just speed it up very slightly. And the way that brake squeal is done is just absolutely perfect to go with it. Now what I'll do, I will just do a quick lap of this so you can hear obviously the sound going as you would with the real thing, and then up until it slows down. So let's just quickly and then you can see there that when it's gone quick enough, you've gone past the cut-off point. Oops, sorry, I wasn't actually showing you anything then. Now, when I said to slow down, I've cut it off now. I cut the sound off roughly about here. Sorry, not the sound, the speed, about there on the layout. So as you can see, it does move quite a way. So let's just bring this round a little bit more. Right, that should do it. That sound, that brakes, the way they've got that is fantastic. So let's hear a horn. So that's just a long single, so that'll stay on until you switch it off. I have brought my cheat sheet with me. So remember when I was saying about the announcements? So what I'll do, I'll run through all of them. So we've got this one.
For your safety and comfort, this station operates a no smoking policy. Please stand back from the platform edge. The next train at platform 1 does not stop here. Please hold on to pushchairs, wheelchairs, and your belongings. Stand behind the yellow line. 24-hour CCTV recording
So that is all of the vocals that you hear. I mean, that is absolutely fantastic. Like I said, you can have this sat to one side. You can just play a couple of those. I mean, the non-stopping train, if it's going around, I think you'd have, unless it was moving quite slow, you'd have to time that really well. But apart from that, it's absolutely fantastic. It really is. So we've got the pantograph going up and down too. So you hear it arcing out and then sending it down. Now here's one, and I always find that with sound, the whistle what you get is always a bit that sounds the least realistic. Until now, have a listen to how good this whistle sounds. It just plays those two randomly, and the other one was actually the wipers that I put on by mistake because I'm reaching around the bottom of the camera. But that is by far the best guard whistle that I've ever heard on a sound locomotive. Let's just put the wipers back on because these are just funny. Oh god, that's brilliant. I absolutely love that. I don't know why I like that. It's just, anyway, yeah, don't talk about wipers too much. Okay. You've also got a shunting mode on this as well. So what that will do, if you think that this train's running a bit too quick, it will half the speed. And I think again that is a cracking little extra. Let's have a look. We've got an AWS bell, so let's have a listen to that. We've got a AWS horn. Excuse you. But again, yeah, if we just do try the horns again. Not that one, sorry. This one. That's just the same. Again. So yeah, it would be nice if there was a couple of different ones. But again, you know, you've got a horn, it works, it sounds fantastic. So what I'm going to do, I am just going to turn the sound off on this for a second. You hear the switch down. And it automatically does that each time it starts up and shuts down. Oh, also, hang on, there is another one. Now these are good. You've got the drive door opening and closing. For me, I think this is a cracking one. This is the passenger doors opening and closing. That's brilliant, and even right at the end on the opening, you hear that last little squeaky bit as you know, like the seals are just kind of seating themselves. Again, this thing sounds so incredible. But yeah, I could go on about this for ages, but I'm trying not to. Trust me. So what we're gonna do, we'll set it going. We'll do what we normally do, and yeah. So, absolutely fantastic. Let's set this off going around the track, and then let's have a little summary of this right at the end.
TPWS and AWS operational. Please note, the doors of trains leaving this station may be closed up to 30 seconds before departure time. Please ensure you are on the platform in good time for your train. Thank you.
Right, here we go. So I thought this would be like a nice little bit for it to pull up with all the lights on to have a little thing about what we think of this. And this is absolutely phenomenal. The way it goes, the sounds, there is nothing bad about this locomotive whatsoever. A absolute testament to what Bachmann have done with the whole package. It is fantastic the way it works, and I absolutely love this thing. Put it this way, if I only had one version that I could choose after trying this one, I can honestly say I don't think that I would choose a different manufacturer. Don't get me wrong, I know they all have competition, they all put their own spin and twist on things, but if I didn't for any reason decide to buy another one of these again, I would definitely not be disappointed. This is absolutely fantastic. I know, again with a lot of stuff nowadays, there is a large price tag on things, but I do think, considering this is a mini working version of the real thing, I do think that this is worth the price. You will have such a lot of enjoyable time running this. It is an absolute cracking model. So with that being said, let's wrap it up here. Thank you very much for watching. So thumbs up, like and subscribe if you would, and as always, we shall see you in the next video.